Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. Today we've been honoring John Wayne during our Summer Under the Stars Festival. And up next is one of the Wayne films that we get the most requests to show here on TCM. It's The Quiet Man, directed by John Ford for Republic Pictures in 1952, with Wayne as an American boxer returns to his Irish birthplace for an early retirement and a little peace and quiet. But he becomes embroiled in some local shenanigans when he pursues a gorgeous red-headed Irish lass. It's a very entertaining romantic comedy based on a short story that John Ford had read in the Saturday Evening Post back in 1936. Ford quickly bought the movie rights, but as Maureen O'Hara tells in a charming word-of-mouth piece that we show here on TCM, Ford couldn't get anybody interested in financing it, despite John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and Barry Fitzgerald giving their word to Ford that they'd all appear in it. One of the big financial drawbacks was Ford's insistence that The Quiet Man be filmed on location in Ireland in Technicolor, which in the post-World War II years made it too expensive for a lot of studios to consider doing. Ford also insisted it be called The Quiet Man, and most of the potential backers wanted the film to have a more aggressive, lively title. Well, says Maureen O'Hara, it was Herbert Yates, the head of Republic Studios, who finally agreed to finance the film, Republic being a lower-rung studio at that time, one where John Wayne had once been under contract. Yates said he'd finance the film only on one condition, though, that Ford, Wayne, and O'Hara had to first make a black-and-white Western at Republic. Yates figured he'd definitely be able to make a profit on that, and that would cushion any losses he might incur from The Quiet Man. So the trio made a Western for Yates in 1950 called Rio Grande, and it did, indeed, make a pile of money, paving the way at last for The Quiet Man to be filmed. But then came the big surprise. The Quiet Man became one of the highest-grossing films in the history of Republic Pictures. It also went on to do something that no Republic picture had ever done before or would ever do again. It received an Oscar nomination as the Best Picture of the Year, with John Ford going on to win that year's Oscar award as Best Director. I mean, hey, it's Hollywood, where in those days you were always supposed to have a fairy tale finish. Here from 1952, The Quiet Man. Despite the box office cloud of John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and director John Ford, the man who financed this film, Republic Pictures boss Herbert Yates, was never confident that The Quiet Man would work. He was so nervous, he insisted everybody stick to a very strict budget. One of the budget cuts involved John Wayne's usual makeup man. Wayne agreed to save some money by sharing the makeup specialist Maureen O'Hara was using, rather than have his regular makeup person travel to Ireland and be there for the entire shoot. But that was a problem because John Wayne had some severe makeup allergies, and the makeup artist he usually worked with knew exactly what materials to use, which wouldn't trigger a reaction. And yep, one day, Wayne woke up with his face swollen up like a puffer fish. So the next day, his personal makeup person was on a flight from California to Ireland. No question about that. Up next, more of our Summer Under the Stars salute to the Duke. Once again, he's working with director John Ford, this time on a Western many consider to be the best one John Wayne ever made.